There are days that seem ordinary, yet within them lie upheavals powerful enough to change an entire life. He is Alex, a man who carries the ambition of a businessman while hiding in his heart unspoken feelings. In just one single day, he must face countless pressures: closing an important deal, preserving his reputation with partners, enduring the subtle arrangements of two mothers, and above all, the stirring of his heart for a single mother and her child. This is not merely a story about work, but also about love, about the choice between responsibility and desire, between what others expect and the voice echoing from the depths of one's soul. Before we begin, if you enjoy stories filled with both drama and the breath of everyday life, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to join us. Because what you're about to hear is not just a story, but perhaps a reflection of life itself. That morning, the Pomelo warehouse was unusually bustling. Carts loaded with pomelos from satellite orchards rolled in one after another, voices shouting, tarps being pulled, sacks thudding onto the cement floor echoed through the space. Amid the noise, Alex walked in. Tall figure, white shirt with sleeves rolled up, shoes dusted with soil, yet steps still firm. The workers stopped their hands and bowed in unison when they saw him. Alex gave a slight nod. Then, without waiting for any report, he went straight to the newly stacked pomelo sacks. Sitting down, he pulled the drawstring and opened one. The pomelos inside glowed golden, the white padding at the bottom still fresh. He lifted one, turned it in his hand, examined each blemish, then nodded. "Remember well," his voice rang clear above the noise. "Each sack must have 35 fruits. No less, no more. Any bruised ones must be discarded immediately." A young worker answered loudly, sweat beading on his forehead. Alex took a few more steps, stopping beside a group of workers weighing the goods. He checked each number flashing on the digital scale, then spoke to Lan, the site supervisor. "John will arrive shortly. He is strict, but only requires exactly what we have committed." Lan nodded. "I've had everything packed properly. Just waiting for the truck to collect a few more sacks, and it's enough." Alex's lips curved slightly, a smile tinged with tension. His eyes swept across the warehouse, neatly stacked sacks of pomelos, sunlight piercing through the gaps of the tin roof, making each fruit seem to glow. In his heart, one thought rose clearly. Today, everything must be perfect. As the clock inched toward 11, the pomelo warehouse grew quieter. The sacks had been weighed, sealed with red string, and stacked into long golden rows like walls. Alex left the warehouse and drove toward town. In his shirt pocket, the phone vibrated. A message from John. "I've arrived. Same place as always." The car stopped at a cafe on a quiet corner. The walls were dark wood with hanging plants casting shade. John was already seated by the window, a broad-shouldered man with a wide smile yet sharp, discerning eyes. "Good morning, Alex," he said, extending his hand. Alex gripped it firmly, offering a polite smile. They skipped small talk and went straight to business. John pulled out his phone, quickly entered a number, and showed the screen to Alex. The figure 300,000 VND glowed clearly. A second later, Alex's phone chimed. Transaction confirmed. "This is just the deposit," John said, his voice cautious yet testing. "If the goods are ready this afternoon, I'll send the trucks and pay the rest." Alex smiled, a smile that carried more weight than a promise. "Don't worry, I've never kept a client waiting." Their conversation lingered a few more minutes, circling around the plot of land John had recently bought. He planned to try fruit trees, focusing first on domestic sales before thinking of exports. Alex listened attentively, taking mental notes, though his thoughts soon drifted back to the warehouse. John rose, patting Alex on the shoulder. "I'll come this afternoon. Show me the goods exactly as you promised." Alex nodded, his gaze steady. "You won't be disappointed." At the same time, in the warm home of Mrs. Fung, two women sat sipping tea. Alex's mother, dressed in light brown, her face gentle, yet eyes filled with expectation. Across from her, Hui, Mai's mother, spoke softly but firmly. "My daughter has just returned from far away, hoping to find work near home. She said she wants to stay close to family, to care for her parents." Alex's mother smiled, as if waiting for this moment. "Alex's company is entering the busy season. Lan can't manage everything. If Mai agrees, let her take charge. It helps the company, and also," she lowered her voice, "gives the two of them more chances to be together." Hui touched her friend's hand, eyes glowing with trust. Exactly. They were close as children, and if they became a couple now, it would be wonderful. The two women exchanged a smile. No words were needed. They both knew that today, not only had a Pomelo deal been secured, but another plan had been quietly set in motion. Yet as Alex was on his way, another thought slowed his steps. The image of Tuna flashed in his mind. Her small figure, gentle face, worn-out slippers. Suddenly, Alex smiled. He knew what he had to do right away. His car turned into the town market. The row of shoe stalls appeared, vibrant with colors. Alex stepped into a small booth, his eyes scanning quickly. "Who are you buying shoes for, sir?" the seller asked cheerfully. "For a friend," Alex replied simply. "One pair sturdy for work, another light for outings." The seller laid out several pairs. Alex picked them up one by one, bending the toes, pressing the heels, picturing Tuna slipping them on. At last, he chose two neutral pairs, practical and easy to match. "You've got a good eye," the seller smiled. "She'll surely like them." Alex only nodded, eyes brightening. He paid, carried the bag, and left, feeling as though he had completed something just as important as signing a contract. Before driving off, he stopped to buy some freshly cooked food. In his heart, he already pictured the evening meal, simple yet warm, with a kind old woman, an innocent child, and a woman who stirred his heart without end. The path leading to the small farm where Tuna lived was draped in the golden hues of late afternoon. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, glowing like honey. The breeze rustled the trees. A faint scent of cooking smoke lingered in the air. Everything painted a simple, peaceful scene. Alex stopped his car at the wooden gate, carrying a bag of food and a shoebox. In the yard, Grandma Tang was gently rocking Henry to sleep in a hammock. Her silver hair glowing in the light, her smile kind. From the kitchen, Tuna rushed out, eyes wide in surprise. "Alex, you came?" she asked softly, hesitantly. "Yes," Alex smiled, handing her the food. "I thought you'd be busy, so I bought some dishes. And this, I wanted to give you." He set the shoebox on the table. Tuna carefully opened it, her hands trembling. When she saw the 2 new pairs of shoes, her eyes shimmered with emotion. I don't know what to say," her voice broke. "Try them on, see if they fit," Alex said, trying to stay calm though his heart raced. Tuna sat down, slipped her feet in gently. The shoes hugged perfectly, as if made for her. She took a few steps, her hair falling lightly with her movements. A smile bloomed on her lips, brighter than the sunset outside. Grandma Tang watched, nodding with satisfaction. Alex is truly thoughtful. What a blessing for her and the child. That evening's meal was simple yet full of warmth. Only a few modest dishes on the table, but Alex's presence filled the small home with comfort. He served food for Grandma Tang and Tuna, and when little Henry woke up babbling, Alex lifted him, making the child laugh out loud. Tuna's gaze lingered quietly on Alex's every gesture. In her heart, gratitude mingled with another feeling that was growing stronger, one that made her heartbeat quicken. When night fell, Alex escorted Grandma Tang home. The road was silent, filled only with the chirping of insects. Returning to his own house, he found his mother waiting in the living room. "Son," she began, warm but firm, "today I spoke with Hui. My will join your company to help Lan." Alex sat silently. "You're past 30, his mother continued, "always buried in work. I hope you'll think about a family. Mai is kind, capable, and suits our family. You should give it a chance." The room grew heavy. Alex lowered his head, his voice low. "Please, give me more time." His mother sighed, eyes filled with yearning. "All I wish is to hold a grandchild. Think carefully, son." Alex said nothing. Inside, a storm raged. He wanted to say, "Mother, I love Tuna," but the words stuck in his throat. He knew tonight wasn't the time. Late at night, the moon spread its silver light across the yard, casting shadows of Alex standing still at his window. In his hands was the empty shoebox, a token of a tender love just beginning. His eyes drifted far away, his thoughts echoing silently. "Tuna, I love you. But will Mother accept it? Can I balance my family's expectations with my heart's calling? Today I signed a contract, kept my word, but the greatest contract of my life, I still haven't dared to sign." The night wind slipped through the window, carrying the gentle scent of pomelos. Silence deepened, broken only by the sigh of a man torn between duty and love. What do you think? Will Alex find the courage to confess to his mother that he loves Tuna? What twists will arise when Mai enters the company? Will the 2 mothers keep arranging, or let love grow naturally? Can Tuna, a single mother, overcome prejudice to be with Alex? And will true love prove strong enough to triumph over all calculations? Thank you for following this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the bell to join us in the next chapters.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Hôm nay chúng ta lại đến với Tử La. Sau những chuỗi ngày vất vả lao động thì Tử La đã có một ngày nghỉ ngơi bên gia đình Hôm nay bà mẹ của Tử Na đã đến thăm Tử Na. Trong khi đó Alex đang bận cho những chuyến đơn hàng, những quả bưởi và những cái chuyến gỗ của anh ấy. Trong khi đó mẹ của cô My đã đến gặp mẹ của Alex để cho hai người họ cùng làm cùng nhau trong công ty của Alex. Mẹ của My rất hài lòng về Alex, cũng như bà mẹ của Alex cũng rất là thích cô My này. Thì hai bà mẹ đã hợp tác để giúp đỡ My vào được trong công ty của Alex làm việc, giúp đỡ Alex. Trong khi đó Alex thì đang bận trong những cái đơn hàng. Alex không hề biết là mẹ mình đã sắp xếp My để chuẩn bị vào làm cùng Alex. Trong khi Alex ký hợp đồng xong thì anh đã đến thăm mẹ con nhà Tử La. Khi đó anh đã gặp được mẹ của Tử La, bà rất là hiền hậu và khen Alex đẹp trai và có lòng nhân ái, giúp đỡ mọi người. Và trong khi đó Alex đã mua tặng Tử Na 2 đôi giày rất là vừa vặn theo ý của cô. Và buổi chiều hôm đó Alex đã đưa mẹ của Tử Na về. Và đây là khép lại video của chúng ta ở đây. Mọi người hãy cho mình một lượt thích và một lượt đăng ký kênh để mình có thêm động lực làm thêm những cái video hay tiếp theo. Xin chào tạm biệt mọi người ạ.